Let me ask you a question. When someone disrespects you, what's your first instinct? For most of us, it's to react, to speak up, to defend ourselves, because silence feels weak. But here's the truth. Staying quiet after disrespect is not weakness, it's power. See, when someone disrespects you, they want one thing, a reaction. They want to pull you into their chaos, drag you down to their level. And the moment you react, you give them exactly what they want. You hand over your power. But when you stay quiet, you hold your ground, you show them that their words don't shake you. You reveal something deeper, a self-control that most people don't have. Because here's the reality, your response shapes your identity. When you meet disrespect with anger or bitterness, you become a reflection of that disrespect. But when you choose silence, you rise above it. You send a message without saying a word. I am not defined by your words. Think about the most respected people you know. Do they waste their time arguing with every critic? No, they choose their battles. And not every battle deserves your energy. Because the truth is, some words aren't even worth a reply. When you stay quiet, you protect your peace. You guard your focus. You let the world see that your value isn't up for debate. And in that silence, you find clarity because nothing confuses those who disrespect you more than your refusal to engage. And listen, staying quiet doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. It means you understand this, respect is earned, not demanded. You don't need to chase validation. You don't need to explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Real power isn't found in loud words. It's found in the quiet confidence of knowing who you are. And here's the best part, the loudest response is success. Let them talk. Let them doubt. While they waste their breath, you stay focused, you build, you rise. And one day your success will speak louder than any insult ever could. So the next time someone disrespects you, pause, take a breath. And remember, silence is not surrender, it's strategy. Because the one who stays quiet holds the power. Silence is power, not weakness. When someone disrespects you, the immediate urge is to react, to defend yourself, to strike back with words just as sharp. But true strength lies in resisting that impulse. Responding with silence is not a sign of weakness. It is a display of emotional control and maturity. It shows that you are not easily shaken or pulled into meaningless battles. When you stay quiet, you communicate a powerful message. I value my peace more than your opinion. This silence shifts the balance of power in your favor. Instead of feeding their negativity, you rise above it untouched and unaffected. People who lash out are often looking for a reaction. When you withhold that reaction, you deny them the satisfaction of controlling your emotions. Silence also gives you time to process, to reflect, and to decide whether the situation even deserves your energy. Responding out of anger or pride may feel good in the moment, but it often leads to regrets. Silence, on the other hand, protects your dignity. It allows you to walk away with your self-respect intact. Ultimately, silence is a statement in itself. It says, I am in control. I refuse to be reduced by your words. And when you operate from a place of inner strength, the noise around you loses its power. Protect your peace. Your peace of mind is one of the most valuable things you possess. Guarding it should be a priority. When someone disrespects you, it's easy to get pulled into a spiral of anger, frustration, and retaliation. But here's the truth. Engaging with disrespect doesn't just waste your time. It drains your energy and disturbs your inner calm. Every time you react to negativity, you give away a piece of your peace. And not everyone deserves that access to you. Disrespectful people thrive on reactions. They want to provoke you, to pull you into their chaos. But when you choose silence, you refuse to give them that power. You draw a line and silently communicate, I will not allow your words or actions to disrupt my mental and emotional well-being. By not engaging, you protect the energy you need for things that truly matter, your goals, your growth, and your peace of mind. Silence exposes the other person. When you choose not to respond to disrespect, you do more than protect your peace, you place a mirror in front of the other person. Silence has a unique way of forcing people to sit with their own words and actions. Without your reaction to distract them or fuel their behavior, they are left alone with what they said. And in that stillness, the truth often becomes impossible to ignore. Their disrespect is a reflection of their own insecurities, immaturity, or unresolved issues. When someone disrespects you, their goal is often to provoke a response to pull you down to their level. They want to see you flinch, get angry, or lose control. Why? Because your reaction validates their behavior. It gives them the satisfaction of knowing they have power over your emotions. But when you remain silent, you rob them of that power. You refuse to play their game, and in doing so, you expose their true motives. Silence creates an uncomfortable space for the other person. Without a reaction to fuel their behavior, they are left to question themselves. Did I go too far? Why didn't they respond? Am I the one in the wrong? This self-reflection can be far more powerful than any words you could say in the heat of the moment. Your silence forces them to face the reality that their disrespect says more about them than it ever could about you. Consider this: people who are secure, kind, and emotionally mature rarely feel the need to belittle or disrespect others. When someone lashes out, it often stems from their own feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, or frustration. By staying quiet, you highlight that truth without ever having to say a word. Your silence becomes a spotlight, revealing their weaknesses and leaving them to confront the reasons behind their behavior. There's also a psychological truth at play. When people do not get the reaction they expect, it unsettles them. Silence disrupts their sense of control. Without your emotional response to validate their behavior, they are often left to wonder why you remain unaffected. This can lead to self-doubt and even guilt as they are forced to process their actions without external reinforcement. Your silence is not a sign that you are weak or passive. It is a strategic choice. It says, I am not responsible for your insecurities. I refuse to let your immaturity pull me out of my character. This kind of quiet confidence is both rare and powerful. It demands more strength to remain calm and composed than it does to lash out in retaliation. In the end, silence is a teacher. It teaches the other person that their words cannot control you. It teaches those around you that you operate from a place of dignity and self-respect. And perhaps most importantly, it teaches you that your energy is far too valuable to waste on people who do not deserve it. Let your silence be a reminder to them and to yourself that their disrespect is not a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of who they are. And when you stay quiet, you give them the space to see that truth loud and clear. Your actions speak louder. In a world where words are easily thrown around, it is your actions that carry the most weight. When faced with disrespect, there is a powerful alternative to arguing or retaliating. Focus on your success and maintain your composure. Nothing silences critics more effectively than watching you rise above their negativity and continue to succeed. Let your achievements become the loudest statement you make. When someone disrespects you, their goal is often to pull you into their negativity. They want to distract you, make you doubt yourself, or provoke a reaction. But when you refuse to engage and instead channel your energy into building a better version of yourself, you strip them of their power. You show them in the world that their words cannot shake your focus or disrupt your path. Actions are undeniable. No matter how much someone disrespects you, they cannot argue with the results you produce. Success in any form is the ultimate response to disrespect. Imagine someone who mocked your dreams, belittled your abilities, or doubted your potential. What better way to respond than by turning those dreams into reality, by staying committed to your goals, working hard, and achieving what others said you could not? You prove that their opinions hold no weight. Over time, your growth becomes impossible to ignore. The people who once disrespected you are left to watch in silence as you surpass their expectations. Moreover, when you maintain composure in the face of disrespect, you demonstrate emotional intelligence and maturity. It takes far more strength to stay calm and focused than to react impulsively. Reacting with anger or frustration only gives others control over your emotions. But when you remain poised, you send a clear message. I am too focused on my purpose to be distracted by petty behavior. This quiet confidence is often more powerful than any words you could say in retaliation. Your composure also reflects your self-worth. When you know your value, you don't feel the need to defend yourself against every insult or criticism. You understand that your time and energy are too precious to waste on people who do not deserve them. Instead of lowering yourself to their level, you rise above and continue moving forward. Over time, your consistency and success speak for themselves. There's a certain satisfaction in knowing that while others are busy talking, you are busy building. Every time you choose to stay quiet and work harder, you separate yourself from the noise. Your progress becomes the loudest statement in the room and the most powerful part. You don't need to say a word. People notice when you continue to elevate while others remain stuck in negativity. Think about the great achievers in history. Many of them faced intense criticism, mockery, and doubt. But they didn't waste time arguing with their critics. Instead, they poured their energy into their work. They allowed their actions to speak so loudly that the world couldn't ignore them. You have the same choice. Will you waste your energy on meaningless conflict? Or will you invest it in your own growth and success? Let your actions create a legacy. When you succeed despite the disrespect, you set an example for others who may be facing similar challenges. You become a reminder that no one's opinion can define you, only your actions can. And as your accomplishments grow, the voices of those who once doubted you will fade into the background. In the end, the best response to disrespect is to thrive, to continue growing, to achieve more than anyone thought possible. Your actions will always speak louder than words, so make sure they tell a story of resilience, focus, and unshakable self-belief. When others disrespect you, stay silent, stay focused, and let your success be the loudest statement you make. Not every battle deserves your energy. Life is full of battles, but not every battle is worth fighting. When faced with disrespect, the temptation to defend yourself or prove a point can be strong. You may feel an urge to respond, to correct the person, or to deliver a sharp comeback. But here's a truth that can save you time and peace. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes the most powerful and dignified response is silence, a quiet reminder that some people and their opinions simply are not worth your time or attention. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources. It fuels your dreams, drives your ambitions, and supports your well-being. But it is also limited. Every moment you spend engaging in meaningless conflict is a moment you lose investing in yourself and your goals. When you react to every insult, every slight, or every disrespectful comment, you give your power away. You become a puppet on someone else's stage, allowing their words to dictate your emotions and actions. The question you must ask yourself is this battle worth my energy? The reality is, some people thrive on drama. They seek attention through negativity and provoke others simply to feel a sense of control. By engaging with them, you play into their hands. But when you remain silent, you deny them that satisfaction. Your silence is a message in itself. It says, I value my peace more than your opinion. I refuse to be dragged into a meaningless fight. This kind of restraint is not weakness, it's wisdom. It shows that you understand your energy is far too precious to waste on people who do not contribute to your growth. Think about the bigger picture. Will this disagreement matter a week from now? A month? A year? Many of the battles we face in the moment feel urgent, but in the grand scheme of life, they are insignificant. By learning to let go of small, meaningless conflicts, you free yourself to focus on the things that truly matter: your goals, your purpose, and your happiness. Choosing not to engage is not about letting others win. It's about understanding that some victories are hollow and some battles aren't worth the toll they take on your mind and spirit. Silence also serves as a filter. When you refuse to engage in every fight, you naturally separate yourself from people who do not align with your values. Those who genuinely respect and care for you will not seek to tear you down or provoke unnecessary conflict. By staying quiet, you draw a boundary, one that says, I will not allow you to disturb my peace. This boundary is a form of self-respect, and over time, it protects you from toxic relationships and draining interactions. Another truth to consider is that people who disrespect others often reveal more about themselves than the person they are targeting. Their words and actions stem from their own pain, insecurity, or immaturity. When you remain silent, you allow their behavior to speak for itself. You don't need to defend yourself against someone else's projections. By choosing not to respond, you refuse to carry the weight of their issues. You leave them to deal with their own negativity while you continue to focus on your growth. There is also a strategic advantage in silence. When you do not react to every insult or provocation, you remain unpredictable. People cannot control you if they cannot trigger you. This power of detachment allows you to maintain clarity and emotional balance. Instead of being pulled into a reactive state, you stay focused on what truly matters. This mental discipline is a mark of true strength, choosing your battles wisely and preserving your energy for the things that deserve your attention. At the end of the day, you must decide where your energy goes. Will you waste it on petty arguments and people who seek to pull you down? Or will you invest it in becoming the best version of yourself? Remember, every battle you choose to fight takes something from you. Be mindful of who and what you give your energy to. Some battles are worth it, but many are not. So the next time you face disrespect, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, let your silence speak for you. Self-respect over ego. In a world where people often mistake silence for weakness, it takes true strength to stay quiet in the face of disrespect. But here's the reality. Staying quiet isn't about letting others win. It's about respecting yourself enough to walk away from negativity. It's a declaration that your dignity, peace, and self-worth are more valuable than a temporary need to satisfy your ego. Ego demands immediate validation. It craves the last word, the sharp comeback, and the need to prove a point. When someone disrespects you, your ego wants to jump in and defend itself loudly. But the truth is, reacting impulsively often does more harm than good. It pulls you into unnecessary conflict and leaves you emotionally drained. Self-respect, on the other hand, takes the long view. It recognizes that not every insult requires a response and that your silence often carries more weight than any words could. When you choose self-respect over ego, you are making a powerful statement: I refuse to let anyone pull me down to their level. It's easy to react when you feel wronged. It's much harder to remain calm and preserve your dignity. But in doing so, you are practicing self-control, a trait that sets apart those who lead with wisdom from those who are controlled by their emotions. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak or that you've lost. It means you value yourself too much to engage in meaningless battles. Consider this: when you engage with people who disrespect you, you give them access to your mind and emotions. You let their negativity infiltrate your thoughts and disrupt your inner peace. Is their opinion worth that? Is their insult deserving of your energy? More often than not, the answer is no. By staying silent, you reclaim your power. You make it clear that you are not available for chaos, pettiness, or unnecessary drama. You are operating on a higher level one where self-respect outweighs the temporary satisfaction of proving a point. Moreover, when you prioritize self-respect, you protect your mental and emotional well-being. Constantly engaging with negativity is exhausting. It keeps you in a cycle of conflict and prevents you from focusing on the things that truly matter: your goals, your happiness, and your personal growth. Silence, on the other hand, allows you to maintain clarity and peace. It gives you the space to rise above the noise and continue moving forward. Another truth to remember is that people who disrespect others often do so out of their own insecurity. They project their frustrations, fears, and unresolved issues onto those around them. Reacting to them only validates their behavior and gives them the attention they seek. By refusing to respond, you deny them that power. Your silence becomes a mirror, forcing them to sit with their own actions and confront the reasons behind their behavior. In many cases, your silence will speak volumes, revealing their immaturity without you saying a word. Self-respect also means understanding that you do not need external validation. You do not need to prove yourself to anyone who cannot see your worth. When you know who you are and what you stand for, other people's opinions lose their hold over you. Your value is not defined by someone else's words. It is defined by your character, your actions, and the way you choose to carry yourself. Staying quiet in the face of disrespect is a reflection of that confidence. It shows the world that your self-worth is non-negotiable. It's also important to remember that not every battle is yours to fight. Life will always present you with opportunities to engage in conflict, but just because the door is open doesn't mean you need to walk through it. Your energy is sacred. Wasting it on people who are committed to misunderstanding or belittling you is a disservice to yourself. By choosing self-respect over ego, you reserve your energy for what truly matters: your growth, your purpose, and the people who genuinely value you. And while silence may seem passive on the surface, it is an active choice, a choice to protect your peace, maintain your dignity, and stay focused on your path. You are not responsible for fixing other people's perceptions of you. You are only responsible for living with integrity and staying true to yourself. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to walk away quietly and let your actions speak for you. At the end of the day, the decision to stay quiet is not about surrendering, it is about rising. It is about recognizing that your peace is more important than someone else's opinion. It is a reminder that you are in control of yourself and no one else gets to dictate your worth. So, the next time someone disrespects you, pause and ask yourself, is my ego driving me to react? Or does my self-respect remind me to stay quiet and move on?